So you've already made the sales call, all went well, and it's time for a follow up. Here are the best ways to follow up after your initial sales call. All right, sales calls, one of my favorite things to talk about. Well, we're going to talk about following up. My number one tip is that to remember before you get off the phone to set up another appointment. And this first tip is often missed in the world of selling. And I know in the beginning of my sales career, I definitely didn't know this. No one told me. I read every sales book I could get my hands on. And for some reason, like this was just never brought up. But here's the thing, a very small percentage of sales are closed on that first appointment, especially on the phone. Often people or your buyers might need to have a conversation with someone else. They might need to figure out how they're going to pay for it. They might have an objection that you didn't get to, and they're just going to go kind of spin off and think about it. So on that first call, you want to get either a true yes, which is, oh yeah, I'm in. I'm super excited to buy this product or service. A true no, which is, nope, not a fit, and that's okay. Or the third thing, the next step on the calendar. Often salespeople ask me, well, when should I have that next step on the calendar? And my answer is now, yesterday, as soon as possible. Because often our tendency is to kind of say, hey, do you want to talk in a week? Like we're just sort of, or 2 weeks, like what would be good for you? And your prospect is going to say, yeah, call me in 2 weeks. That'd be great. Like they're going to push out as far as possible. But then you're losing control of the sale and they're losing the opportunity for your product or service to make a difference in their business or in their life. So you want to be the director of the sales process. So you can simply say, hey, Shelly, sounds like you want to talk to your business partner. When do you think you'll be able to do that? Shelly might say, oh, I can talk to my business partner this afternoon. Great. What time are you thinking? Oh, I can probably talk to Jim at 4 o'clock today. Great. Would it be better for me to talk with you at 5 o'clock today or early tomorrow morning? To see how we're giving them options, but it's soon, it's not over the next 2 weeks. And Shelly will probably say, oh, how about tomorrow morning? That's when you put it on the calendar again. If I were you, I'd also send an email reminder so that their calendar appointment can be on their calendar as well. Let's move on to tip number 2. If you didn't get the appointment on the calendar, it's okay. All right. Often we miss that step, or maybe you're listening to this now thinking, oh my gosh, like I was supposed to get a next appointment on the calendar. I didn't know that. It's okay. Statistics tell us that you have 5 opportunities to close, even if you didn't get the next step on the calendar. So don't worry, just reset. And third, don't panic. I think often as salespeople, we can get in our heads and get, all upset of just, oh no, I missed this step. I don't want to call them back. Or we can create a belief that if they really wanted what we have, they'll call us. And the truth is they won't. The day your prospect calls you and says, hey, look, it's Shelly, I'm calling back. I have my credit card ready to go buy a lotto ticket, because it doesn't happen. And no one tells us this. Like, this isn't something we know. Instead, your prospect is busy. They're out living their own life. They've got a lot of things going on. So it's up to you as a salesperson to be the director and to continue to move that sale forward. Number 4 is to make a call and send email. And I like this combination because if you don't get them on the phone, you could leave a voicemail and also say, hey, Shelly, I left you a voicemail and I'm also sending this message because I want to make sure that we set another time to talk as soon as possible. And here are the times when I'm available. Which time works best for you? So again, all you're doing is resetting that appointment. There's a true benefit in both calling and sending email. And if you leave a voicemail, again, you can say, if it's easier, just hit reply to the email and let me know which time works best for you. So that way they know that you're being intentional, you're following up. And the truth is, the top 10% of salespeople, they follow up 5 or more times. And your top 10% of salespeople also, they're not sitting around thinking, when's the last time I called Shelly? Should I wait a week? Should I wait 2 weeks? No. A top 10 percenter will call and email and call and email until they get you on the phone and the sale is closed. And that's not because they want to be annoying. In their minds, they're not being annoying. What's annoying is that they don't have a next step on the calendar with their prospect. In their minds, it's all about the prospect. They want to make sure that this prospect is taken care of. If they've raised their hand and said, I need your product or service, a top 10%er is going to say, yes, let's make it happen. Let's get this appointment on the books so that we can finalize this for you. And number 5, remember this. Keep following up because your prospects aren't thinking about you. And this goes back to what I just talked about with the top 10% of salespeople. They follow up and follow up and follow up and follow up until you say yes or no or take the next step, right? Because again, they're not thinking, I wonder if I should follow up. They're thinking, I haven't heard back from my prospect yet. I haven't heard back from Shelly yet. I got to make sure that I take care of Shelly and that we get this scheduled for her. So keep going, keep following up. I remember one of my clients followed up 11 times and she was so proud of herself. She's like, it took 11 times. She was counting. She took 11 times. We tell all of our clients, track the follow-ups to see what your average is because every salesperson has a slightly different average in terms of how many times it takes to follow up. Number 6 is just get over it. Get over thinking that you're being salesy or that you're being pushy. You're not. I guarantee you that if you have the concern of, am I being pushy or salesy? You're not. You're not at all. In fact, you're so far from that it's not even in the realm of reality. So when you can move out of that thinking, because that thinking is really about you. That's you focusing on you. When you can move out of that thinking and instead focus on your prospect who you're there to serve, all of a sudden, following up gets easier because it's about them. Years ago, I was invited to work with a sales team. And this sales team was selling high-end garage doors. So think like $25,000 type garage doors. And this was at a time when the economy was a little bit shaky. And I remember having a conversation with the CEO. He had reached out and he said, listen, I want you to train my 10 sales reps. They're just not hitting their numbers right now. And I'm not quite sure why. And I think they need some scripting and maybe some talk tracks on how to effectively follow up. So I said, okay, great. And then we had some additional conversations because I'm really curious about why they weren't getting as many sales as they wanted. And to me, on paper, it looked like they had plenty of leads. They had plenty of sales to follow up with. So I asked the CEO, I said, on average, how many times would you say your sales reps follow up? He didn't miss a beat. He said, yeah, probably 2 or 3. And underneath the probably 2 or 3 was a belief that 2 or 3 was a lot of times to follow up. And I would say that's what most people believe as well. 2 or 3 times feels like enough, right? Feels like it should be enough. But the truth is, 2 or 3 times is not enough. Statistics tell us we have to follow up 5 times or more in order to close a sale. I said to the CEO, I'm happy to write new scripts for your prospects to call net new prospects, right? Not the follow-ups, but the prospects, because that's what he really wanted. And I would love to write solid follow-up scripts for your sales team. And he said, well, that seems like a waste of time and a waste of money. We follow up 2 or 3 times. And then I went over the statistics with him and I saw his face just kind of drop. And he realized in that moment that they were losing out on thousands and thousands of dollars in sales. And the second he got it, I said, that is exactly it. So during the sales training, we did write new sales scripts to bring in new business, but we also wrote follow-up scripts. And we carved out 30 minutes for them to make calls. I'm a big believer that if you have all day to make sales calls, you'll take all day. If you have 30 minutes to make 20 sales calls, you're going to get them done effectively, intentionally, and you're going to get better results. And often when people hear me say that, they're like, there's no way. Let me tell you this. In 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, those sales reps closed thousands and thousands of dollars in garage door sales. And they did it almost effortlessly. And one of the things they said to me later is they couldn't believe how happy their prospects were to hear from them. And they couldn't believe how ready their prospects were to buy from them in that moment. By shifting that one belief about following up and recognizing that 85% of sales are closed after the 5th follow-up, they suddenly saw the gold in that message. And Thousands and thousands of dollars later, within that 30 minutes of calling, blew their minds. And to this day, the CEO thanks me for helping him realize that and helping him realize how much money was sitting on the table. So for you, I invite you to dig into this. Get over thinking that you're being salesy or pushy. Keep going and follow up as many times as you need to get a yes, a no, or a next step on the calendar. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick with me because next up, we're going to talk about why working more is the absolute wrong solution. And remember, 2xing your sales is for you too.